Hi, everyone. This is the Virtual Duo Project, and if you are joining us for the first time, that means that you probably don't know what this project is. It is my goal to do 100 improvised duo two-person sets before December 31st of this year. I am very excited to welcome my guest today, who is someone I simply love performing improv with this person. I obviously wish we were performing it in person because he's a joy to perform with. But it is Matt Strout right over here. Matt is someone who I have worked with for almost 3 years now. We both joined the Washington Improv Theater's Herald program, which is a training program at around the same time in September of 2017. And we were put on the same team. And then we were moved to another team together. That was in like January of 2018, and that team is Oh That Baby, and we still perform together. And even though Oh That Baby is no longer Herald team with the Washington Improv Theater, we still do shows, I would say fairly regularly. And Matt, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to do this with you.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here digitally with you.
Oh, thank you, Matt. So unfortunately, Matt and I don't usually do a duo, but we have done a duo before. But I think for the sake of this project, we're going to start fresh. So because we don't usually do a duo together, I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. At that point, we're each going to say a random word, and that word will be our duo name. So Matt, are you ready?
Oh man, Stacy, I'm so ready. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. All right.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Beanie.
Pinata. So I had pinata.
Okay, we are Pinata Beanie. And
Okay.
and I am going to use my phone to get us a random word from this word generator. And our word is postage stamp.
Postage stamp. Postage stamp. Hey Lisa.
Yeah, Jenny?
Do you think the mail carriers have good times, running throughout the day? I worry about them,
You know what, Jenny? I also worry about the mail carrier because I have a crush on him.
Peter? You have a crush on Peter?
Yes.
Oh my, I thought you did. I've seen the way you look at Peter. Oh my God, Lisa.
Jenny, I know, you and I are neighbors. We are housewives, but I just love every afternoon you come over to my house, you sit with me on my porch, you drink tea with me, and we wait for Peter. Do you think this means that we just need some more excitement in our lives?
I mean, Lisa, I'll be honest. I mean, every time I see Peter walk up to your little stoop, I mean, that feels like a little bit of adventure to me. I've seen the way he looks at you and the way you look at him. So, but yeah, I suppose we could stand to have a little bit more adventure in our life. We could maybe instead of drinking tea, we drink a little soda pop. We could do some Coke, some Diet Coke. We're feeling a little fizzy, a little spicy maybe.
Ooh.
But something that's still within the 3-block radius of our neighborhood. I don't want to go too far, because the kids will come back from school in the afternoon, and then our partners come home, and we want to see to them and the kids. So nothing too crazy, Lisa.
Jenny, wouldn't you just love to one day not have to make lunch for your kids?
Oh, that Lisa, that would be nice. I'll be honest, if I make another turkey and Swiss with no mayonnaise and no mustard in my life, I will shoot myself in the face. But I love my kids. I love my husband. It's life is good. Life is good. I've made a lot of turkey and Swisses, and yeah, I could use a little bit more excitement in my life. I would say that, Lisa. I would say that. Are you, or do you tire of that lunch sack life, prepping your lunch for your kiddies every day?
I do. I mean, this is part of what I'm talking about. To me, Peter lives such an exciting life. He delivers the mail. He goes to other neighborhoods. I don't remember the last time I've left this neighborhood. I'm either talking to you, I'm at the grocery store, which is a block over there, or sometimes, a rare time, maybe my husband, Paul, will take me out to dinner, but that's only about a 5-minute drive away. I mean, there has to be something outside of this block.
Yeah, no, I I I get it, Lisa. I get it. Like I don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Brookside. It's a lovely, lovely neighborhood. Brookside, the Brookside crew, as we call ourselves, right? Go Brookside, whoop whoop.
Go Brookside.
But you know, it's just these 3 blocks, and anytime that sweet, sweet piece of Peter comes through, it's just like a whole new world is opening up. You know, his little button up and his little mail cap and his mail bag. He's just, oh, he's a good one. He's a good one. You know, I would hate for anything to come between you and Paul, but you know, have you ever asked Paul if he would be interested in maybe bringing someone else into the family, into the relationship? You could phrase it a lot of different ways, you know.
You're right. I don't think I want to bring someone into the relationship. I think I want to end the relationship.
Oh.
Come with me.
Oh.
Take a trip with me. The time is now. Let's go on a cruise.
You mean just leave all of Brookside behind? Just run away, leave my partner, leave my children, leave my turkey and Swiss sandwiches for just.
It's a cruise. We'll be back at some point in a month. I need to see something else. Look, I live here. When I was a kid and growing up, my house was there. I'm literally pointing at my old childhood house. My parents still live there. They're probably looking at me, pointing at them right now.
Yeah.
And then when I was 20, I got married, and I would just love to leave this block. I mean, do you ever feel weird that we don't ever leave?
Yeah, no, Lisa, I will. It did cross my mind just when I was taking my 2 p.m. walk just to the end of the block. I was curious about all the security fences and the barbed wire wrapped around Brookside, but you know, it's just I think it's a charming feature that not every neighborhood has, right? There's the moat on the other side of the fence, and there's all those towers with the men with the automatic rifles in them, and I think that there's a certain amount of charm in that. Don't you agree? That's charming, right?
I mean, no other neighborhood has something like that, I bet, but I wouldn't even know. I've always lived here.
You're right, Lisa.
Cut to another portion of Brookside. Hey, James, you're doing your rounds today?
Yeah, Stanley. I'm just patrolling the perimeter, you know, making sure none of these Brooksiders get out. You know, there were a couple of ladies that came down here around 2 p.m. for what they said was a afternoon walk, and they looked like they were getting real familiar with the fence and moat layout, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, James, I know what you're saying. Listen, you've been working here for longer than I am. I've just celebrated 6 months myself. It's
Congratulations!
Thank,
by the way.
thank
Good
you.
job.
It's starting to wear on my conscience a little bit that we keep these people here. They don't know that they're part of this historical living diagram of what life was like in 1952. They think it's actually 1952 in here when it's actually 2020. And listen, when I first got the job, I was like, they're well cared for in here, and this pays well. So I didn't think about it. But I mean, the, when do they get to leave is what I'm asking you, James. When did they get to go outside?
Stanley, I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay. You ever been to when you were younger, did you go on a trip? Do you ever been to Williamsburg, Virginia? You know a place like Williamsburg, Virginia, right?
Oh,
It's a
I love
living historical
Williamsburg.
place. You love Williamsburg, Virginia? Well, you know what the rest of the American people love? They love Brookside. They love Brookside so much, okay? And that's what we're providing these sweet, sweet, nice people, okay? We're providing them with the 1952 version of Williamsburg, all right? Now, I know, okay, look, they're going to be fine down there. Don't worry about them. Okay, there's 20 other guards up on these walls with us, okay? We are providing the Williamsburg, Virginia of 1952 here in Central Arkansas, okay? And I
Mhm.
think that's pretty magical, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say?
I think it's magical, yeah, but I guess what I'm really trying to get to the root of is I'm still new here, so what you're trying to tell me is that none of these people they never can leave is what you're saying.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I was about to say the director of Brookside has clearly laid out the plan for the foreseeable future that everyone will be born, they will live, and they will die in Brookside. Okay, it's a fully enclosed environment. No one will ever escape. No one will ever experience the rest of the world outside of all that is Brookside. This is everything they will ever know, love, or cherish. So, and I
James,
think that's pretty special.
James, I have a confession to make.
Yes, yes, Stanley, what's up?
The reason I'm asking all these questions is because I've fallen in love with one of the residents of Brookside, and I want to take them out of Brookside, and I want them to experience the real world, get an apartment, go on a date with me. You're saying that this is not something that can happen?
Stanley, I'm going to stop you right there
Okay.
again, okay? And not that you're not a nice kid, okay? You know, you're 27, you're
Mm-hmm.
young, you got a beautiful full head of hair, you got those
Oh,
shoulders that just don't stop shimmying. You're great. You've got a lovely energy about you. Yep, there they are again. Um, I'm just going to be honest and ask you a question right back. What is so great about 2020 that you would want to move someone from 1952 Brookside and put them right over here in this mess of a 2020 we're in? Okay, what's so good about what we have here?
well, I think 2020 specifically is a hard year to pinpoint, but the innovations we've made since the 50s, we have medicine we didn't have, we have the polio vaccine, we have things that make our life easier with robotics and automation, we have wonderful innovations in the field of medicine where stents are now made in plastic and they can be inserted in an in and out procedure to make sure your heart works. We have the internet, the technological revolution. We have, we still have a ways to go in terms of equality and whatnot, but I would argue that at least it's a little better than in 1952. At least I certainly hope so. Um, I
All
mean,
right,
that's just
Stanley, look, I can't tell you how to live your life, right? Okay, I was a young man once. Okay, I'll be honest. I looked down these walls at the folks in Brookside, and yeah, I had some thoughts cross my mind. But I'm going to for me, I'm going to keep them in Brookside, and I'm going to keep me here in 2020. Okay, I don't want to expose these good, kind, wholesome people from 1952 to the horrors of terrorism, 9/11, bioterrorism, just to go back to terrorism. I know you said the internet was a good thing, but there's also some bad parts of the internet that I know I would not like to expose people to. I'm not going to give you my blessing, Stanley, but let's say I'll turn a blind eye if I catch you at the fence. Okay?
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're saying I can take my, well, we're not in a relationship.
Sorry, Stanley, I should have asked this. Have you actually spoken with this person that you're interested in at all, or is this just, are you a voyeur?
No, we have spoken. She thinks I'm a police officer. I rescued her kid. Well, her kid was stuck in a tree. His kite got stuck in the tree, and I guess he got caught in it trying to get it. And I gave him a ladder, or I had a ladder, and I lent it to him. I honestly thought it was a test. I thought I was being tested by you guys to see how I
We
was.
do a lot of tests like that, right? Where we have other officers, people that are monitoring the walls, disguise themselves as little boys or as, mothers of said little
Mothers.
boys. Yeah.
But
Because, it's very uncommon for a little boy to get himself caught in a tree, right? So most little boys are smart enough not to get caught in a tree, but not this one. This one was really just clumsy enough to get himself stuck in a tree.
he was really stuck, and I was shocked at first. Then I thought it was a test. I got the ladder from our workroom, and I gave him a helping hand, and then he was pretty disoriented. He had been in the tree for a few hours, so I offered to drive him home and drove him to his house, and that's when I met his mom. And anyway, every now and then, I'll see her around town. She still thinks I'm a police officer.
Cut to Stanley and his romantic interests breakout. Oh, Stanley, I just love your little outfit as always. You just look so important and like you'll protect everyone on the block. What's up? You seem so nervous and flushed. Are you okay?
Jenny, I am flushed because I realized that today is the day I would like to tell you the truth.
What what's the truth? Stanley, you can tell me anything. I know I can tell you anything because you were an officer of the law of all those I love and know around me. You would never disappoint me. You would never hold any deep, dark secret over me. You're always doing whatever holds my best interests at heart, okay? Go ahead, tell me. You can never upset me in any form.
Jenny, I know you're married and you have kids, and I know you make
I
your
do.
turkey and Swiss sandwiches every day, and I know every week you go to the grocery store on Fridays to get ham and cheese and turkey and meat, and then I know that every week on Mondays you go to the store for paper goods and laundry detergent. But the truth is, I'm from the future, which is actually
Yo,
the present.
Stanley, so you mean like you're from the future? I mean, because you get to carry that big service weapon on your side. Your outfit's so modern and sleek looking. I could swear you're right out of a comic book. You're like a superhero, right? You're so modern and so edgy. You are from the future, Stanley. I love it. Oh, you're such a kidder.
Jenny, I am from the year 2020. I was born in 1992, which is 40 years from the time you think it actually is.
Okay, Stanley, if I'm going to humor you for a second because you're an officer of the law and I trust you with everything. I trust you with my life. I trust my children with you. Remember, you got them out of that tree. I trust you implicitly. Okay, humor me. What are a few things that are so big and amazing and impressive about 2020 and the future that make life worth living in the future, right? We're in 1952 right now. Why would I ever want to leave 1952?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, revolutions that we've made in that time. We have revolutionized medicine. We have the polio vaccine. We have stents that you can put on your heart made of plastic that that can widen the valves of your heart, and it's an in and out procedure. You don't even have to go under anesthesia anymore. There are automation, robotics that make things go faster. We went through a technological revolution. There's something called the internet, the World Wide Web. You can get information at the tip of your fingers through personal computers.
Stanley, I'm sorry. This is all too much right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure I hear my husband calling, or it's my husband and my son, and they're waving me over right now. Look, you are it's always such a joy talking to you, and I love you and your little hat and your future man outfit. Okay, if you ever want to see me, I'm at 123 Riverside Lane over here in Brookside. Okay, you're my favorite police officer, and I trust you, and you could never disappoint me. All right, I'll see you on one of our walks. Okay,
Denny, you're living in a lie. You can leave this place.
All right, Stanley, I'll josh and fool around with you later. Okay, take care. Okay, say hi to the other officers. Cut back to Stanley on the top of the wall with the other guards. So how'd it go?
I have to try a different tactic. The future didn't entice her.
Just saying. I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like my life's as good as it can be when I'm here. When I'm back at home, back in 2020, in my shitty apartment, with my ex-wife banging down the door asking for alimony payments, with my mattress that's fucked up, with my leaky ceiling. Life here in 1952 is pretty good by comparison, okay? Maybe things are better for you, Stanley, but 2020 fucking sucks, okay? Look, I'm sorry.
No, I quit. I quit.
You just gonna walk away?
And that's our show. Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We were Pinata. We were the Pinata. What?
Pinata Beanie?
We were Pinata Beanie.
Pinata Beanie?
We're Pinata Beanie. And this was the Virtual Duo Project. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you, man.